Hello everyone, Nick Carter here, creator of the most useful trading tools on the planet, and today I will be giving you guys a tutorial on how to use Metatrader. So now I have the Metatrader 5 application running, and as you can see, the charts look kind of ugly with the default setting, so the first thing I always like to do is go and change that. You can do so by right-clicking on the chart, going to Templates, clicking Load Template, and in this folder here, you're going to want to place the file that you can download from our website at copilot.trade/templates. The file will be called default, and there will be a different file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. After you save the templated file called default into that folder that I showed you, and you open a new chart, every chart that you open from that point forward will look like this, which in my opinion looks a lot better. And we'll just quickly go over all the different features and functions, things you can do in here. So up here at the top where all these icons are, you can right click and click customize, and you can add or remove, the icons that you frequently use, you'll put up here, and if there's some that you never use, you can take them off, you can rearrange the order that they're in, etc. So this first one is how you can open up charts, that you've got your different asset classes and so on, and you just click one to open it. This next icon is for profiles. So a profile is basically the group of charts that you have open. So you could, say, let's say hypothetically you've got, four crypto pairs as a profile and five Forex pairs as another profile, and you want quick access to those groups of charts. You can save the groups of charts as profiles and load them up right here using this icon. The next one is a symbols list. So this is the full list of every symbol that you've got from your broker. And what you can do is you can double click here on this little $ icon to add it to your watch list. And I'll show you how to access the watch list here in a second. Okay, so this icon right here, if you click it, it pulls up the market watch, which is basically just your watch list of all the assets that you're watching. You can right click and hide, if you want to take them off of your watch list, or you can click here and add some assets to your watch list. Okay, the next icon that we've got here is the toolbox icon. When you click on that, it pulls up this window here, and there's a lot of different tabs down here at the bottom in this window. The first one's the trade tab. That's where you can monitor your open trades and stop losses, take profits, profit and losses, etc. The next tab is your exposure, so it shows you, basically a pie chart of all the different assets that you're in. The next tab, your history tab, shows a history of all your trades as well as deposits and withdrawals. This news tab, to be honest with you, I never really use that. It's just different articles that MetaTrader puts out and stuff like that. Mailbox, basically you can message people here on MetaTrader, other MetaTrader users, and that's where you check that. So this calendar is basically major news events for different currencies around the world, when they happen, how important the news events are, etc. So this alerts tab here, this is where you can view all the alerts that MetaTrader is going to be sending you for different things that are happening. This articles tab, again, I don't really use this tab, so I don't really have a lot of info for you here. It's just basically articles that MetaTrader puts out. Same thing with the code base tab. This code base tab is basically okay. This code base tab here is basically just for programmers. A lot of programmers put out some code for free and they put it here in the code base. So there's a lot of free code in here. If you're interested in learning to code or anything, you can check out some examples. This expert tab is going to be very important. Um, so all of the alerts that Copilot sends you, this is where you'll find them. So Copilot will alert you for all the different things that are happening. Entering trades, moving your stop losses, etc., etc., and you can find all of that there. This journals tab, basically anything that MetaTrader does, you can find in here. So when I say anything that MetaTrader does, what I mean is, if you lose connection to your broker, or you changed accounts or something like that, it basically makes a log of all of the actions that are being taken right there in the journal tab. Okay, so this next icon is probably one that you'll be using a lot. It's the navigator icon, the one shaped as a little folder right there. And within here, you've got a lot going on. Basically, you can switch your MetaTrader accounts or sign into a different MetaTrader account. You can add indicators to the charts. um, you can add expert advisors to the chart. So this is where you'll be, you can click and drag, or you can double click to add it to the chart. So that's how you'll be adding Copilot to the chart. And same thing with the indicators, you just click or drag or double click. Okay, so now moving on to the next icon, this one here that says algo trading. You can basically allow automated trading or disallow automated trading. So you just click that button to allow or disallow automated trading. The next button is where you can put in a new order with your stop loss and how much of the asset you want to buy or sell, etc. Here you can zoom in and zoom out on the chart. Um, this icon here is to arrange the windows. So if you got multiple charts you're trying to take a look at, you can use this button here. And then while we're on that subject, down here is, you can also change the assets that you're looking at. They're all listed down at the bottom. So these two buttons, this first one, what it does is anytime the price changes, if that button is clicked, it'll automatically scroll to the end of the chart for you. I typically leave that off. I don't recommend using it. It's kind of a nuisance to me. But if let's say you're scrolling back in history and you want to jump to the current price, you can just click the button right there and it'll jump to the current price. Here's where you can change the time frame on the chart that you're looking at. So this step-by-step candle button here, let's say you're just kind of wondering how your strategy would work out and you want to go candle by candle to kind of see how price in the history played out, you can use that button there. So this is the templates button. So you can save templates of different indicators and different chart layouts and different bots that you've got running on the chart and that sort of a thing as a template, so that you can just re-upload that template without much effort. So there's that. Here are the indicators, so you can add different indicators right here to the chart. So these next three buttons here, you can change the chart from, a line chart or a candlestick chart or a bar chart, whichever you prefer. I always go with the candlesticks. You could register your trades as a trading signal right there. So this Metatrader has a VPS that you can purchase directly from them. Unfortunately, their VPS does not record chart objects, lines on the chart like this, which is going to be essential to operating Copilot, since Copilot operates your technical analysis. So you'll need to use the VPS that you get from us instead of using the Metatrader one, again, because Metatrader doesn't record chart objects. Let's see. This language editor, that's basically only for those of you that code. That's where you can edit the source code of, indicators or bots or whatever it is. So you can, let's see, this options one here. So this is basically the settings. I would call it the settings tab, basically, where you can choose what you get alerted for, or, there's all different kinds of settings that you can choose from in here. So the little settings icon will bring that up. So the strategy tester, if you want to back test some different bots or something like that on historical data, you can use the back tester and plug in the dates you want to test out and pick the settings on the bot, all that kind of stuff. So this data window that you can show or hide, um, it basically gives you all of the data for whatever candle you're hovering over. The high price, low price, open, close, volume, the spread, etc. So this will toggle the full screen mode, so you can go in and out of full screen. And right here, you can just save the chart that you're on with all of your drawings on the chart as a picture. Maybe you want to share your technical analysis with a friend or something like that. And all of these buttons down here at the bottom row are all drawing tools. So, you've got crosshairs and lines and Fibonacci's, and you can write text on the chart and draw triangles, all that kind of stuff. The next thing that I wanted to show you guys is how to change up the chart colors and all the things going on with the chart. If you've already downloaded Metatrader, I'm sure that you've noticed the chart doesn't look so great when you first open it up with the default settings. So if you want to change up the chart and make it just look a lot more pleasing to the eye, like my chart does here with the red candles going down, the green candles going up, you just right click on the chart and go down here to properties, and then you go to colors, and you can change the colors of all the different things going on. And you can also either show or hide a lot of different things, like the grid on the chart or the period separators. The period separators would be like, hey, every day or every month, or depending on what time frame you're on. There are a lot of other things you can do with this menu that opens up when you right click on the chart. So you can open up the depth of market, which is, the order book of all the orders going through. This one-click trading button right here opens up, this little thing over here where you can just click one button to either buy or sell a certain amount of an asset at the market. The object list, if you draw some objects on the chart, say this trend line, for instance, and then you go to object list, it'll pull up all the objects that you've got on the chart, and you can delete them or change the colors of the lines and so on and so forth. You can also change the colors of the lines by right-clicking and going to properties. You can change the thickness of the line and whether it shows up or doesn't show up on different time frames and that sort of thing. And this expert list, so Metatrader calls the bots, the automated trading plugins for the platform, they call them expert advisors. So if you click on expert list, it'll bring up this window here, and it'll show you the expert advisors that you're currently running on the Metatrader terminal that you've got. You can change the chart here, candlestick, line chart, that sort of thing. And also you'll notice they have shortcuts for all these different features that are listed here. You can change the time frame, you can change the template like we talked about earlier, you could refresh the chart if you needed to for whatever reason. This docked feature right here is pretty useful, especially if you've got multiple monitors. So you can dock or undock the chart, and when it's undocked, it's its own separate window that you can, move to a different monitor or move around your screen or whatever. And you can always dock it back to put it back inside the terminal. You can show or hide the grid. You've got the auto scroll feature where, every time the price changes, it'll scroll to the end of the chart. You can jump to the end of the chart with the chart shift thing here. You can show or hide the volumes. You can show or hide the amount of ticks. You can show or hide the trade levels that you have. So that's like a horizontal line where you've entered and exited trades. You've got your trade history that you can show or hide. So you can show or hide, where you've entered and exited trades in the past. Zoom in, zoom out. The step-by-step candle that we talked about earlier, where, if you wanted to test some history, you could save the chart as a picture. And of course, you've got the chart settings down here at the bottom. And that's pretty much how you use MetaTrader. Thanks for watching, everyone.